Well, hello, and welcome back to Read Becca. We're back for another to be read list, TBR for February. Though January felt like it was sort of interminable and the longest month in all of history, it is over, and we are on to selecting our books that we're going to read for February. So, we're going to start. Actually, my assistant Lily is here. That's why we're filming kind of in a weird angle. So she wanted to join us. But this is going to begin with our TBR Reading Spa selection, a year-long readathon where we get prompts, sort of a flow chart every month from the lovely Keri and Jen the librarian. So the prompt begins with the question: when you think of a good book, it makes you feel nostalgic, challenged, or hopeful. So when I think of a good book that I've read, I feel sort of passionate and excitement about it, maybe. When I think of the idea of good books that I could find, I feel hope that I'll find something good. So I think hopeful most matches with the optimism of that vibe. The next question to the flowchart is, do you like to make plans and set goals? No or yes? And though I am not doing goals this year, I think I am a person who really likes the process of planning and goal setting. I also really enjoy watching other people do so. So I'm gonna say yes to that. And that leads us to the prompt: read a book that makes you think of the future. I could have gone with so many possibilities on this, especially sci-fi, but in fact, I went with a nonfiction book, and that is Utopia for Realists by Rutger Bregman, because I think I need something hopeful, actions, solutions for the future. Sounds like something that really is, I need to ingest. And this one, I think, will be that. It's been on my TBR, my yearly TBR, for a couple years, and I do very much want to get to it. And then we have a couple things that I very, very likely will read in the month, like almost certainly will read. The first is a new release from a series that I really enjoy, and that's Through Gates of Garnet and Gold by Shannon McGuire. This is the latest in the Wayward Children series, a long-running novella series that is sort of contemporary but portal fantasy, following children that have gone to portal worlds and come back because they were rejected for some reason. They feel they don't really fit in the world and want to go back to their portal world, mostly. So very much exploring themes of rejection and otherness and that kind of thing. Very melancholic. This one, I think we are returning to a portal world. The books alternate between here and in some child's portal world, so we're constantly jumping around. But I think this one we are going back to a portal world we've been to, if I recall. But I'm not sure. I will find out when I read it. And I was very pleased to spy that on the shelf. The other thing that I almost certainly will be reading, I'm buddy reading Italo Calvino's Invisible Cities, another very short, I think, novella. And I'm buddy reading with Dia of Novel Idea. And I think we are going in kind of from opposite ends, where she's read a couple things from Calvino and not really enjoyed them, and is hopeful that this will be more to her palate, but has low expectations, I think, because of previous experiences. Whereas I have been told incessantly that I'm going to really love Calvino, so I'm kind of going in with very high expectations, but I don't know what to expect. I'm not even sure what the book is about, other than Invisible Cities. I think it's kind of fabulism, maybe, is most what Calvino writes, but I'm not sure. We will see. So the next thing from my physical shelves I have is Rusalka by C.J. Cherryh. I really wanted to read this last winter, and I didn't get to it because this, I think, is very winter seasonal. It's going to be sort of Russian mythic fantasy. The Rusalka is sort of a Russian spirit, and I think maybe akin to Catherine Arden's Baron the Nightingale, that type of mythic fantasy. So, or folkloric fantasy, same sort of thing. So I think it's going to be that, and I think it's going to be very seasonal, and I have all 3 books in the trilogy to get to, but I haven't started it yet. So I really need to do that while it's cold and snowy outside, because that will be the perfect vibe for it. The last thing to get to on my TBR, I did a try a chapter recently, and in that try a chapter, I tried out several things and enjoyed all of them, or was affirmed that I want to read all of them, really. But 2 stood out as ones I want to get to most imminently, and that was Fall by Neil Stevenson and A Wrinkle in Time. And I did borrow the physical book of Fall by Neil Stevenson, and it's a huge, chunky mammoth book. And I think that I'm not going to officially put it on my TBR, but I'm going to keep the book. I don't think I'm in contention that people are going to be trying to check it out and take it away from me, but borrows last about 3 months. So I think I'm going to get to it within the next 3 months, possibly not this month. The other one that I really wanted to get to that is going to go on this TBR for February is A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle, because I just so connected with it. The writing in the beginning was so strong, describing the weather, and it was just beautiful. It also feels like a book that I will really sink into, both because it's kind of propulsive middle grade writing, and it's really, really beautiful and very focused on the setting and sense of place. So I think it will be a great distracting read that will sweep me away. And that's something I really, really want right now. So that's my TBR for the month. And I'm feeling very excited about these handful of books. I will certainly read more than this, but it will be much more nebulous. I've got loads of stuff out from the library other than what I've talked about. So I always have masses on the go. But I'm very excited for February's reading, definitely looking forward to it. And so that's my February to be read list. Thank you so very much for watching.